Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're doing an awesome tour today. Wait until you see Robbie's van here because he's done some really intricate work, some really cool work. A lot of inspiration from a lot of other van lifers out there. We're going to get into all of these questions. A lot of live edge, a lot of beautiful woodworking that just caught my eye, and I was like, I need to show off your van, dude. That's just how it is, right?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Some really cool stuff in this tour. You're going to want to check it out. All DIY, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All DIY. Great. Let's get into this right now. Robbie, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Good. So you got this cool van.
Yeah, thank you.
But I want to know Robbie right now. Robbie.
Yeah.
Where'd you do the build?
So I did it here in Colorado Springs. There's a makerspace in town, and it was just kind of a cool thing because we have at the time we had 10 other people making either vans or Priuses that they were building out. So
What?
they got all different levels.
Really?
Of people converting their own stuff. Yeah.
That's crazy. And so you guys all got to collaborate together.
Yeah, so they all had their different builds, and so anytime I had a problem, be like, hey, how does amperage work for electricity? They could be like, oh, I actually know that sort of thing, and I could kind of walk through things for other people. So yeah, that's kind of the cool idea of the maker movement or the maker space is people help out others with their projects. So
we're gonna finish off because the wind started to pick up.
Yep.
I have a mic on here, but people always go crazy with that. So I'm gonna step in and we're gonna finish off the conversation. I think more people have to have maker spaces in their cities. I don't think we have enough of them.
For sure.
And that's kind of what I want to do with things that I'm doing. But my goodness, that's amazing. You got to build this entire thing in a maker space.
Yeah.
Were you living out of it while doing it, or?
So probably the first 4 months I had an apartment, and then so built out, kind of focused on the back half, made the bed, and then it's okay, it's move-in ready, and then after I lived it, then I filled out the rest of the bus after that.
So how long did the whole build take?
I mean, about a year. Yeah.
But it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Were you working full time at the time? What were you doing?
I had lost my my job doing AutoCAD work, which was my full-time job then. I had a side business where I do
Cool.
I travel around to conventions doing Dungeons and Dragons boxes and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And so part of the inspiration for this was having something that I could live in and then travel from place to place and sell my stuff.
Is that what you're trying to do now? Is trying to sell your things? Or?
It was something that I enjoyed doing, but just realized there's enough conventions in Colorado that I probably don't need to travel around to the new state every month like I had originally planned, but still enjoying it. Yeah.
So you're still stationed here in Colorado.
Yep.
You live full time out of this.
Yep.
And we're gonna get to that later on because I don't even see a shower unless you have one in here.
No.
Okay.
There's enough gyms around.
There is enough gyms around, but I actually want to turn around and actually talk about the front first. We're gonna get to this cool bed section in a second.
Awesome.
So let's go start front to back.
Cool.
All right. So before we get started on the whole front partition, which is beautiful by the way, and can't wait to show that door. What kind of van are we in?
So this is a Ram ProMaster. I think it's a 2017.
Nice.
I got it 2 years ago with 25,000 miles on it, so super deal.
Wow.
I was able to get off of that.
If you're okay with talking about it, we can talk about it throughout the build. Pricing, a lot of people love to ask, how much did this cost? How much did this cost?
Yeah, so I got that one for 25,000.
But I mean the whole build itself.
It was in
But thanks for telling me what you got the used car for.
Yeah, so the build was in between 5 and 10,000.
You only did that for this whole thing for 5 or 10?
Yeah.
That's remarkable, Robbie.
Yeah.
That's impressive. All right, so what do you got going on here with this door?
So yeah, I got it with a metal partition and was figuring out how I wanted to get in, and one of the friends recommended, or one of the other makers recommended I just cut a hole in it. And the problem was it comes with, I got a van with most of them had 2 seats on the side and then empty in the middle. This one had 3 seats. So he just said oh no, just chop that in half and then make it a part of the door. So that's what we ended up doing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so this is kind of cut it, and then you can kind of see where I had to splice in with my own amateur sewing skills, but it's worked out great. And
that is remarkable.
Heck yeah.
So the metal partition is still there?
Yeah, so it's still here, and then kept a layer of insulation, and they just put mounted some boards, and then put the cedar planking over that. So.
And so how much? Obviously, with the insulation, that saves a lot of that heat transfer coming in through the windshield.
Yeah, they and also have like a layer of foam there. So yeah, it's nice because when in the front I can just run the AC and not be heating or cooling the whole area.
Sure.
And then vice versa.
That's pretty
and also
cool.
great for privacy because it doesn't let any light out.
You kept your layout like kind of simplistic, but not simple whatsoever.
Yeah.
You have this galley here.
Yep.
Beautiful live edge.
Yeah.
That you got apparently here from Colorado.
Yeah. Oh, this one I got from Woodcraft, so it's not locally milled. The ceiling, the live edge slabs that we have on the ceiling, that's all from a local mill here in Colorado Springs.
Wow.
Right. It's up in Woodland Park, which is near Colorado Springs. But yeah, it's super nice live edge, and I think that's the most biggest compliment I get when people first see this is
so much live edge.
So all this I got from local Woodcraft. And then I have it set up so I wanted like it to be an open work area if I want to use this for like a standing desk sort of thing. And then I have over here on the right have a little pop-up fridge unit.
Oh, nice. I don't even know what that one is. Is it Dometic or?
Yeah, I think it's Dometic.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then empty spot over here, and then over here on the left is a sink unit. So I went super basic when it comes to my water system. So basically, have a water system up here, just basically super simple gravity fed system.
That's genius, though.
Thank you.
You just like all you gotta do is hit that, and boom, you got water. And it's gravity.
Yep.
There's no plumbing.
Nothing.
There's no craziness.
Yeah, and just gray water system, and all these are easy to take out and. Basically any spot, it's easy enough to fill out.
You can fill it up in almost anywhere. Glacier stations, you can fill that up, like get fresh water from there. Upper cabinets, you can put that water back, sorry.
Yep, no, you're good.
Your upper cabinets, did you hand carve that or what's going like?
So yeah, so this is, I do laser work professionally, and then the makerspace, which I mentioned, also has like a big a boss laser, which I was able to fit this whole sheet of wood in, and so up top is a piece of cherry. Wow. And then down beneath is walnut, and that's the natural wood colors of those two. And then created this cool like silhouette of the mountains and trees. Wow. And then so use that as a cool little like first you come in, have a nice image to show off for. Basic kitchen stuff up here, plates and such. Wow. And then and yeah. I don't really do much cooking, so I went with a very minimal amount of like spices and stuff like that. I know most VanLifers have like full thing full
spice rack,
yeah. So what can I say? I'm a bachelor. I went minimalist, but it's the minimalist lifestyle.
I noticed you have like no handles, no nothing here.
Yeah, so I was able to find a nice company called AccuRide that has pushed open drawers.
That's a deep drawer.
Yeah, it gets like full access all the way down, and then so just all the different stuff you would need. Wow. And then one super nice thing is down here is the trash unit, and another recommendation I got was that like for a trash unit you always want something you can just push with your knee to open.
Oh yeah, good idea.
And then so I kind of have it split up into two spots, like trash that's not going to go bad, and then anything that's going to decay, put in the front one.
All right, let's go to this bed that everybody's like, hey, what's going on here? Because, I guess before we go to the bed, now people are going to get mad at me. Yeah. You have these etchings on the side here. It looks like you did all that yourself.
Yes, that's all laser cut as well. So I'm a bit of a geek, and I use this to travel around for like Dungeons and Dragons conventions because that's where I have my like laser cutting business out of.
Geek it up, my man.
So yeah, so I got Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth over there.
Oh my goodness, and then, really?
And I
didn't even notice that.
Yeah. And then so and I also saw online that someone made a map of Colorado where I live.
Oh, that's cool.
In kind of like the same style of like the Tolkien-esque map. So I got those two on either side of my bed. Put a little nail in each of the spots, like mountains I climb.
Oh, yeah,
kind of like mark as I go. So yeah, should be a fun little thing. So yeah.
And then you have a dinette style, and I'm always like a big person that's not the biggest fan of dinette style, but you did something a little different than what most do.
Yeah.
What did you do?
It seems like most people like the battle's always between like whether you want to have functional for 2 uses or a fixed bed, whereas I kind of wanted to have it's somewhat raised so you have a little bit of storage underneath, but instead of to convert it to a table, I have just a little switch in here, and then might not be able to tell, but this this top part is slowly moving up, and basically what it does is there, underneath you have where you can see the little pillars. That's 2 linear actuators, and then that just slowly pushes the bed up into table mode. And then, so it's not the fastest conversion you've probably ever seen, but as far as like the user time spent making this, it's super easy because you just need to do that, flip these over.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to you, the labor intensity of it is 0.
Oh, 100%.
And then the other people that have to do with the turning of the thing and pushing it up, the hydraulic of it all, or pushing it down is kind of a pain. You just put a couple actuators in and called it a day.
Oh, 100%, yeah. Yeah, and shout out to Lottie and Margaret, another YouTube channel that like kind of I watched a lot of their stuff, and they were like raving about like, oh, linear actuators, they need to be in all vans. So this is kind of my unique take on how to use that.
Linear actuators are cool.
Yeah, you can see down here it's got these little like bands.
Yeah.
And what that is when I originally got this, it was like wobbling all over the place.
Oh, okay.
And then so that's kind of like around the same time I was coming out with this, everyone on Instagram was having like tensile tables, like the pressure's cooling down. So that was kind of like how I do it. So still not great, but definitely better than
no. It's like holds like a tension to it. Absolutely, they're tension cables. Yeah, that's really awesome.
One other thing for the table.
Yeah.
So people want to like use this as. I haven't had any road trips, and probably wouldn't be super safe for me to be driving while people are doing this, but it does have a.
Whoa.
This takes off, and they have like a playing area where like if you're rolling dice, they don't bounce all over the table.
For the Dungeons and Dragons stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The super fans of Dungeons and Dragons. Wow. You guys go all out.
Yeah, it's true.
I think you even had like other stuff in here that you've made.
Yeah. So in one of these drawers, I have just kind of demos. So I have So for my business, I do stuff like this where it's laser cut images on a box, and then it opens up, and then you have like dice and miniatures and like spots to roll their stuff. And
I never got into it, so I have no idea what the heck you're talking about.
Right.
But it works. That's cool.
And this guy lift up, and then it's a little tower, so you just drop the dice, and it goes down. I love problem solving, and so a lot of like what this was just super fun problem solving, and like so much of the van build process is like creating problems and solving them. And
hey, live your van life, enjoy it.
Yeah,
this is awesome. What do you got for power? I always try to. I'm actually just at awe of the beautiful woodwork you got in here, the etching, everything you've done. Power wise, what do you got?
Yeah, so I got two 200-watt solar panels up top, and then I have a 200 amp hour battery.
And that's plenty for you.
Yeah, it's worked out well. I have like an electric stove that I basically only run when there's glaring sun out, and then I have a slow cooker. But like I mentioned, I'm not the biggest cook, so it works out well for me.
That works all around. Live your own van life. All right, and you got these storage bins that probably just holds all your clothes and whatnot. Yeah, so just
storage for different stuff. I kind of have like most of my clothes down here. And this is just like for different stuff. So I've got like one bin that's got like board games.
Sorry
one bin
for the train horn, everybody.
Yeah. Tasks for each of the bins, and so that's not like everyday use, but anytime I need it, it's
awesome. There. Well, let's show me is there anything in the back?
Yeah.
Or do you want to show anything in the back?
Yeah, absolutely.
So before I get to the underneath here, what are these things?
So that is my window shade. So I kind of wanted, when I bought the van, I originally wasn't going to have rear windows, but they came with these. And then, but I heard horror stories of like vans being broken into.
Okay.
So I wanted something that like both insulates and then, insulates, keeps lights out, and then won't be broken into.
Yeah.
So I came out with these. Got a thin slate on one side.
So there's your insulation.
Yeah. And then
you just put these up.
Lock that in there.
Wow.
This one locks up, locks down there, and you're good to go. And yeah, so I got those on both sides.
Leave it to you to come up with something random like that. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
And then this is, I noticed obviously with the step up, this is all storage now.
Yeah, so that's all storage now. And then also, I didn't show you earlier, but I have a special cavity alt here because, like I said, this was designed to go to like conventions. So I can put like an 8-foot pole all the way down.
Wow.
And that's like the post that my booth is held up with. So yeah, it was kind of like right from the get-go, wanted to make sure like this is the right size for like bins for storage products, as well as like convention storage and all that stuff. And then
well, I mean, you still could do conventions if you wanted to, or festivals or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something which like I'm still doing, just not as like when I built the van, I was expecting it to be like a much bigger thing, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, you're a big thing to me.
Oh, thank you.
I like it, and really great work, Robbie. Please, if you haven't shouted out your Instagram or anything you want to promote,
Cool.
please let me know.
Yeah, I'm Reckless Robbie on both Instagram and YouTube, and my D&D stuff is dragonatheart.com.
Sweet, Dragon at Heart.
Yeah.
Awesome. Robbie,
you.
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Guys, it was so random that I ran into him here.
Yeah.
And I even FaceTimed
Yeah.
one of your favorite people.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, you told me you were a big fan of my good friend Linnea.
Yeah.
Also as a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Shout out to Linnea. I love
Absolutely.
you much. She's amazing. She was on my gutted team.
Mm-hmm.
And we FaceTimed and you got to meet her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super rad.
And it was really awesome. So I'm glad that I got to introduce you guys.
Yeah.
And she had a moment with you because that was awesome. And
Yeah.
I love to have that interaction between her and you. That was amazing.
And like as someone just like watches a bunch of YouTube, it's so cool anytime like you can have an interaction with a with the person you follow. So yeah, I had like messaged her and she messaged back at me like, "Ooh, yay!" And then so yeah, when you post-tamed her and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." It's like, "Oh my goodness, my heart."
Yeah,
So,
she's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that is great.
I can't say enough good things about Linnea, so I'm glad that you guys got to meet virtually, but still you met.
Yeah, it was cool. When I was in the middle of this van build, she was still, or when I started this van build, she was like halfway through hers. So it was kind of like I was following right after her any step that she was on, be like, "Oh, I'm going to do that in a couple months."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, Robbie, thank you so much. Again, guys, give him a follow. Reckless Robbie and Dragon at Heart?
Yep.
Yes. Okay,
There
cool.
you go.
All right. Thanks a lot, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Awesome.
Later.
I could